Hi, my name is Patrick Burke, and this video is in fulfillment of my honors option for the course. In the United States, so much of an emphasis is placed on sports such as baseball, basketball, and American football that the most popular sport worldwide can be overlooked. I am referring to soccer, or as the rest of the world calls it, football. Each and every sport participant, regardless of the sport, strives to win at the absolute highest level. Baseball players yearn for a World Series title. Basketball players are compared based on the number of championship rings on their fingers. In soccer, the highest honor a player can achieve is a FIFA World Cup victory. This international tournament will be the focus of this video, but before I delve into the specifics, I want to draw a few comparisons to illustrate just how popular soccer is worldwide. To many people, especially in this country, the NFL's Super Bowl is the ultimate championship game over all sports. While this may be the case in America, it is most definitely fiction for the rest of the world. Proven by television viewership, each match played in the last World Cup was watched, on average, by 260 million people. The last Super Bowl was watched by a mere 111 million people in comparison. Now that the dominant popularity of the FIFA World Cup is understood, let's begin to truly comprehend everything there is to know about this internationally celebrated tournament. The FIFA World Cup is an international soccer tournament played by the highest level men's national teams from around the world. In a similar format to the Olympics, the World Cup is hosted once every 4 years in a different host nation. Most recently, the competition was hosted in Brazil in 2014. The tournament can be broken into what FIFA calls the preliminary competition and the final competition. The preliminary competition refers to the qualification process that is used to determine which of the 208 FIFA members will be eligible to play in the World Cup. Over the course of the 3 years leading up to the tournament, qualifying matches are played throughout the world. The number of qualifying matches depends on the number of national teams who enter participation. For example, the preliminary competition for the Brazil World Cup in 2014 saw 204 teams enter in hopes of qualifying for the World Cup. What you are seeing now is propaganda art for the 32 teams that played in the 2014 FIFA World Cup. In each World Cup, these are the teams that perform the best in qualifying and are entitled to one of the 31 available positions in the final competition. To clarify, the World Cup bracket is comprised of 32 teams total, but the host nation's team automatically qualifies for a spot, leaving 31 positions up for grabs. Once all 32 teams have been determined, they are split into groups of 4. The World Cup is divided into multiple stages: the group stage, the round of 16, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the third place playoff, and the final match. I will describe each of these stages in further detail. The group stage sees all 32 World Cup teams divided into 8 groups labeled Group A through Group H. Each group consists of 4 teams who are all guaranteed to play each other. Each team in the group is assigned points based on wins, draws, and losses. The group stage is over once every team in a specific group has played all other teams in that same group. The 2 teams in each group who finish with the most points move on from the group stage to the round of 16. The remaining 3rd and 4th place finishers from each group are eliminated. The round of 16 is populated by the 2 winners from each group in the group stage. At this juncture in the competition, the World Cup becomes a single elimination tournament. Similar to college basketball's March Madness, matches are played and the loser is immediately eliminated from the competition. The 8 winners from the round of 16 do get out in the quarterfinals, where the format is exactly the same. Winner moves on, loser goes home. The 4 winners from the quarterfinals advance to the semifinals. The 2 winners advance to the final match, while the 2 losers move to the third place playoff. The third place playoff is a game played by the 2 losers from the semifinal stage to determine who is awarded third place in the tournament. The winners of the semifinals play in the final match. The loser of that is awarded second place in the tournament, and the winner gets the honor, glory, fame, and immortality associated with raising the ultimate prize, the FIFA World Cup. The Fédération Internationale de Football Association, or FIFA, was established in May of 1904 in Paris, France. Its headquarters have moved to Zurich, Switzerland, and the governing powerhouse is now worth over $1 billion. The first FIFA World Cup was held in 1930, and the tournament has been held every 4 years since, except for the cancellations in 1942 and 1946 that were due to World War II. Surprisingly, out of an overall 20 tournaments, played by many countries around the world, only 8 countries have ever won the World Cup. The Brazilian men's national team has the most impressive resume with 5 titles. They are also the only team to have competed in every tournament. Germany and Italy are tied in second place with 4 titles each. Argentina and Uruguay come in third place with 2 titles apiece. Bringing up the rear are Spain, France, and England, each winning 1 title. Uruguay was the first nation to hoist the trophy, winning the inaugural World Cup in 1930. Germany is the latest nation to be crowned victorious, as they defeated Argentina in Brazil's 2014 World Cup. The United States have yet to win a World Cup trophy on the men's side. The U.S. has had better success in the Women's World Cup, however. The Women's World Cup is set up the same way as the men's. It is just played with various nations' women's national teams, and it has not been around as long. The first was played in 1991, and America was the inaugural winner. Including that victory, the U.S. has won 3 women's titles, one as recently as 2015. The FIFA World Cup truly is a grand spectacle worldwide. To justify this statement, I shall report some statistics from the 2010 World Cup hosted in South Africa. The matches from this event were broadcast to 204 different nations on 245 different channels. An average of 49,670 people attended each match. Over 6 million people were reported watching matches from event sites in countries all around the world. To clarify, these event sites are areas with large screens where thousands of people mob together to drink, party, and watch soccer. These numbers should clarify just how big of an event the World Cup is. If the numbers aren't enough to convince you, however, allow me to share my personal experience. I attended 2 group stage games of the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. The 2 games were the United States versus Portugal and the United States versus the eventual victors, Germany. As the statistics from the South Africa World Cup suggested, the crowds were enormous. More impressive to me, though, was the amount of different cultures that were represented. I saw at least one member of every nation represented at the World Cup. This astonishing fact was most prevalent on top of Mount Corcovado, where the Christ the Redeemer statue is. Flags from every nation in the tournament were flying as proud as countrymen from around the world displayed their pride in front of Brazil's most recognizable landmark. As you can see, the FIFA World Cup is a massive spectacle of sporting prowess and achievement worldwide. Just like any championship, every athlete that laces a pair of cleats hopes to one day raise a World Cup trophy above their head. The tournament truly fulfills FIFA's objectives to, quote, touch the world, develop the game, and build a better future through a variety of ways.